Aquarius, Marina from the Butterfly Effect. This is your reading for the next 7 days. So this reading is valid for whenever you come across it. It could be 6 months from now, it could be 6 years from now. It's for the next 7 to 10 days roughly. All right, and it's Aquarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. On the dice I have got Pluto and I've got the third house. So for this time period, the third house is looking at communication, information. You may be dealing with siblings, cousins, neighbours, your local neighbourhood, and I feel with this combination looking at maybe some very intense conversations coming through or some powerful information, news of changes, and maybe if it's not you specifically, then it is involving, you know, siblings, cousins, neighbours. And obviously we could be looking at travel being the third house as well. It's any sort of media, social media as well. But interestingly, I'm not really seeing that coming through in Lenormand. I'm seeing there might be a family connection here, and it might be one that's quite difficult. And I think your last reading had the third house as well, which wasn't a brilliant reading, so you might want to check that one out. We have got the cards of vulnerability and the big picture and my new Nature's Whisper deck. These are really pretty cards. So, you know, this information that's coming through might make you feel vulnerable this week. I think there is a health matter cropping up here, similar to Aries. And we do have the snake card, which I also got in the Pisces reading. So, yeah, this is about maybe needing to wait something out, taking a time out, regrouping, sometimes feeling a little bit overwhelmed. Either with the situation or with what's happening with you or what's happening with someone else. And the big picture is that we can be kind of overthinking, maybe micromanaging a situation, or we're really focused on the details. And I really do think this is asking you to see something from someone else's point of view, or just a completely different perspective. So either you're kind of feeling vulnerable, or you're a little bit overwhelmed, or this is the information you're receiving. And for whatever reason, I feel you kind of need to see it from someone else's point of view here. You just might not be able to get in somebody's headspace. The poet and the prayer is coming through. Now, the poet is the truth seeker, classed as the artist and the witness. So, yeah, this is about being kind of unafraid to, you know, delve into the dark corners. Find information, bring information back, release information. And I feel with the prayer in reverse, it might be either something we don't really want to find, or sometimes we don't feel we're having our prayers answered. But this can also be not being prepared to be in any way subservient, or feeling a need to rely on someone else. Now, because I am getting a kind of vibe of sickness coming through here, either again you or someone you're connected with, this may be someone who is, you know, very independent, you know, very strong and powerful normally, but I think they might just be feeling really, really low this week. It might be physical, it might be mental, but I think that information is coming through. I think you're going to have to be cautious in terms of how you handle it, only because the snake's here. The snake can be a really bitchy card. It's usually an unpleasant female. If it's not indicating an individual, it speaks about some sort of cunningness, complications, danger, venom, poison. You know, it's just not a good card to come up in the reading. And I don't really want to see it attached to the tree card, which speaks of health and well-being. And then we're finalizing with the coffin here. So this is a pyramid spread, and this is my outcome is literally some sort of ending, or, you know, a feeling of loss, sickness. It's a very heavy card when it comes into reading. And yet we have got some really beautiful cards here, speaking of, you know, fortunate in love. You know, there may be a love opportunity coming through here. Things may be changing with Pluto coming through. That may be the communication that's coming through. That may indicate some sort of jealousy, or, you know, create some sort of jealousy. I would say that somebody might be getting some sort of financial opportunity as well. It feels like this side of the board is like really positive, a lot of good things coming through. But yeah, I don't know if it's literally just jealousy, or I don't know. Let's get into the clarification. We do have to be cautious here when the snakes, especially when it's attached to well, both the health card and the cash card. So this is certainly a time period to be very wary of any kind of financial opportunities that are presented to you. You know, maybe a get-rich-quick scheme with the clover coming through here. Maybe a short-term investment or whatever it may be. Because the snake is here, it's telling me that something is most definitely wrong. It's not as straightforward as you think it is. This will be someone who does betray you. you know. So in terms of money, we have to be careful. In terms of our health, we have to be careful. And ultimately, yes, this could relate to a family member, with the tree being here if it's not specifically health. But we have got the love card here, the heart, which is about emotion, love, desire, passion. And it may well be for money, or just for good health. So like I say, it's almost like a you know, a tale of two halves here. I don't know who's who in the equation. If we are looking at some sort of health issue that's cropping up, and again, because it's the third house, I don't actually think it's Aquarian I'm reading for. My experience of the third house, you know, that it is a kind of like a junk drawer type house, but it usually relates to, specifically for me, it has been siblings and neighbours. When this comes through, or when I'm having like a third house perfection year, that sort of thing. It's stuff that happens to other people that I'm just a witness of, the poet just a witness of something. Yeah, so yeah, I kind of lost my thread there, but anyway, yeah, if it's a sickness or an illness matter, we could be looking at all sorts. So the snake indicates any kind of well, it's poison, but it's also it can be hypochondria, it can be anything to do with tubes or pipes, catheters, it can be, you know, worms, tapeworms, bowel issues, gas, you know, intestines, that sort of thing. These are the sort of things it can, and it just may have somebody feeling really low this week, you know, taken to their bed, feeling a bit vulnerable. Yeah, and maybe this is somebody you're going to have to step in and help, but it can be just some sort of virus or infection that's coming through. It does feel more, it's more a feminine because the snake is here, and this may be just because somebody is feeling really out of sorts and maybe making them like really pissed off, you know. When you're sick, it's difficult to be positive about anything. So there, let's have a wee look, Aquarius. So let's just start with, just tell us what's going on in the third house. Sickness. The Four of Swords reversed here. So this is the rest and rejuvenation, or it's, you know, retreating, it's having a time out, it's having to heal, it's taken to your bed. And we've got the Three of Swords in reverse here. Can be something to do with forgiveness here, or something that can, you know, be revealed. It might not be relative to you, Aquarius, but I kept getting forgiveness, the song coming through, but then that's because I've seen an Eagles tribute band at the weekend, and that song is playing through every waking hour and my sleep. So there can be some sort of apology or forgiveness here, but ultimately this third house, this communication, is speaking about illness, sickness, recuperation, rest, which is literally the outcome. So the heart for Aquarius. So this is a commitment with the Hierophant. It's also about doing the right thing, doing what feels right, but the Hierophant will be, it can be a, you know, a higher authority. It's a belief system, but it you know, I don't think it's a marriage, but it's almost like we're, you know, being committed to doing the right thing and doing what we love and who we love. Now, seeing it next to the fish card, it can be something to do with, you know, finances here. We could be paying off some sort of debt or coming into some sort of money. We've got a bit of money luck coming through here that releases us from some sort of, you know, obligation, from some sort of, you know, possible stress in the past. And the Clover is the card of luck, opportunity. It's also a very protective energy when the Clover comes round. It's always nice to see. That didn't come out. What's the Five of Pentacles? Five of Pentacles is financial stresses, and, you know, physical woes as well. Knight of Wands in reverse. So this can be an individual, can be a fire sign. So this speaks of some sort of irresponsibility. This is having a huge ego, feeling more capable of something that seeing it next to the snake, seeing with the financial kind of opportunity or opportunities coming through here. I feel that this is maybe something that's presented, and it wouldn't be something I'd be getting involved in with the Knight of Wands in reverse. Knight of Wands is basically a flighty player type energy, and it's pretty immature. Why look at the Clover? What's the Clover happening? There you go, crikey. Ten of Pentacles reversed. at the base here, and the Knight of Cups reversed. So whoever this is, who's coming in with some sort of, you know, possible financial offer, I mean, it does feel like a kind of, you know, it's some sort of deal. This is, we've got the Knight of Cups in reverse, who's idealistic, unrealistic, does not follow through, makes mistakes. And we've got the Knight of Wands, who's, you know, Icarus flying too close to the sun here. This is somebody who thinks they're capable of more than they actually are. And then we've got Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So we've got issues around finance, money, property, investments, and it's all going down the drain if we get involved with whatever this is, or whoever this is. Now, if it's not an individual, I mean, this can be, the Knight of Wands can just be how we're feeling about something. You know, we might be feeling super excited. This might look like, because, you know, it literally could be a pyramid scheme. I'm just looking at, when was the last time I did a pyramid spread? It was years ago, and today I decided to do it, you know. So it might be something like that, getting involved with some sort of, you know, I don't know what's going on these days, but, you know, some influencer, you know, how to make money, you know, and side gigs and Etsy stores or whatever it may be. It's just like, no, the money's just not, it's going to be, this can speak of bankruptcy and financial misfortune, financial loss. You know, as much as there's good stuff here and we are getting release of something, if this crops up for you or this opportunity presents itself, it is absolutely not the way to go, okay? So let's have a look at the Tree card. It says it could be a family member, but the Tree card is my health and well-being card. I've got the Six of Cups reversed, and we've got the Three of Wands. So this can be sort of bringing up some sort of bad memory from the past. Now, this can be a health problem in relation to children, fertility issues. Yeah, it would really be more the I sort of feel it's the masculine energy that would have the problem here. But anyway, there is some sort of health issue in relation to children. So it could be, you know, anything to do with the womb, or, you know, anything like that. So we might actually be, you know, waiting for something to kind of get done about that, or something to be resolved, or we may be making some sort of plans to, you know, honestly, somebody might be getting like a vasectomy here, that kind of thing, you know, or a hysterectomy. There's something like that coming through, and we're just waiting. We've literally got the Hangman at the base of the deck and the Three of Wands. We're waiting on our ships coming in. We're just sort of held in abeyance, very similar to Aries and that. So let's have a look at what the snake's all about. Justice. It could be a Libra. And here we've got some sort of news of movement. So this is some, you know, usually with justice, it's not just about making things fair. I feel this is some sort of contract. Now this, where did that come from? Ace of Cups in reverse. We don't like something down here. This can be being released from a financial contract and being able to move on in some way. So there is some sort of commitment here. And it could well have been, you know, a marriage or a relationship. It could obviously be work, but it was something that, you know, somebody really likes doing. It may even be some, you know, kind of being forced to take time out of work and not really wanting to do that, you know. That is going to impinge on our ability to earn and our finances. But the news is either someone is leaving, someone is going on some sort of trip. And I mean, where are we going? And it's the King of Pentacles, or with the King of Pentacles. So it feels suddenly very businessy. This is definitely a contract in connection with finances here. And again, I don't know if this is just somebody who's kind of bitchy or jealous about whatever this is, but my Page of Wands is usually some sort of good news. So there's good news about a trip, or there's some sort of move. It can even be like, you know, a promotion. It is, I mean, it could go a number of ways, but the King of Pentacles is the money man. I'm just going to see who he is. He's usually the boss. The King of Pentacles for Aquarius. He's a martyr. So that is someone who is putting himself to service in some way. And he's got some sort of vision of the future here. So there's communication coming in from this person, and they've got a great idea and a vision for the future. And again, I'm just a wee bit worried. As much as all that looks good, I just keep seeing this flip side where if it looks too good to be true this week, Aquarius, it probably is, because we are ending with the Coffin card, and that's about something shutting down. That's about closure, you know, endings. And it's the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, and there's the Two of Pentacles. There's the stress. There is most definitely an issue with money here. I mean, obviously it could be a health matter as well, and they're probably interrelated because they usually are. The Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Now this can be not getting paid what we're worth. It's about being lazy, not putting in any effort. It's also about things being a bit shoddy. So we've got Ten of Pentacles reverse, the Eight of Pentacles reverse. We have got some sort of good news thing, but I'm hoping that's the good news that this snake or whatever it is kind of exiting, you know, stage right here. But there's definitely an issue with money, Aquarius. What you spend your money on, what you're doing with your money. So you need to be careful with your money. And there's that Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands down the end. They've got an offer, and it would be a really bad decision if you were to go down this route or take up whatever this offer is. They're literally saying it's poor judgment, it's bad karma. There is an offer coming in, and it is not a good one. It is just not a good one. So let's just take you some advice for the next 7 days, Aquarius. Broken arrow. Yeah, I mean, there is something to do with forgiveness here. I don't know if this is something that's already happened, you know, or somebody has cost you a pretty penny in the past and maybe trying to make things right. This is why this justice is coming in with the King of Pentacles. Embrace the energy of peace, the broken arrow. So yeah, but this is not wanting to fight about something anymore. That is literally your advice. Move beyond ancestral patterns. So this means the buck stops with you in some way, shape or form. This is something to do with family, or it is an issue that has recurred or is recurring and you know, in this life, oh crikey, I can't speak, in this lifetime. So this is asking you to move beyond some sort of limitations that have been set up for you from, you know, previous generations, or behavioral patterns. Yeah, so you have to create your own personal story. You have to do things your own way, and you have to choose what you know, what you take on in terms of family matters. That something has to be, you know, shut down here in terms of maybe what you put your effort into. And if there is some sort of grievance here that's going to come through, it is suggesting that you embrace the energy of peace in this timeline. Okay, Aquarius, that's your reading. I do hope you find it useful, and I'll talk to you soon.